Got home. Time for school review. So, here's about my day. So, let's go to the first section. First section being the bus ride. Well, the bus ride there. So, I got on the bus. And on the bus, I was like, okay, I thought I recognized people. So, I just sat down and chilled for a little bit. And then I started to see more and more people that I did not recognize. And it was like getting nearly close to be like, oh. So then we went towards the route at the high school, and it was like, okay, maybe if they make a turn, we'll be going to the middle school. Nope. I got on the wrong bus to the high school. So I went to the high school before I went to the middle school. So that was like crazy. So then we left. Once all the high schoolers got off the bus, I told the bus driver, since she also had to drive to the middle school to get those kids and bring them to school, if I can just stay on the bus. And she said yes. So I sat on the bus, and nothing else eventful happened. I saw a few familiar faces, but nothing too crazy. And then we got to school, and once I got to school, I just had a lot of stuff that not really usually school related with me. So that brings us to section 2, inside the school, before everything else really happens. So basically, what happened is we go to these metal detectors they make sure that we don't have any guns or weapons, since usually most of them are metal. And then I got through successfully. I had a lot of stuff. I actually have the stuff: headphones, key, charger, etc. Once I got those things, once I got through the metal detectors, I put everything away, and we usually have two choices. We can go get breakfast, or we can go to the gymnasium and wait until the bell rings so we can go to homeroom. But this time they said that, I don't know what this is going on in the gym, but they said either go to get breakfast or go to homeroom. I went to homeroom, so section 3, homeroom. So in homeroom, I went to LK, I'm pretty sure. And same classroom as last time because it goes by last name and it keeps it that way. There was like one or two new students that were going to 8th grade with us. And I sit down and I'm like, all right, let's see if it's like very similar to last year's seating charts. Because I sat behind a girl. I was in the second row, not row. I was sitting in front of a girl, and then, all right, hold on. Let me get my yearbook because I can look at the initials on there. The initials of the girl I sat in front of, no, behind. I sat behind BV. Pretty interesting one. So I sat behind BV and in front of a boy, exchange student from China, I believe. YW. Yeah, that's how you could tell he's not from the United States. No one else has that weird of initials. Either way, and then I sat next to a couple more people, but I was mainly worried about them. BV, I sit I think she's like diagonal from me. If I sit right here, she's over there. And for him, it's kind of like that. He's like over there. So, nothing too crazy. Pretty close. Anyways, I sit in front of a boy named initials. Jeez, okay, need to find this. Alright, a boy who has the initials WZ, and then I sit behind him, and then in front of a boy named, let's see, IY. Why am I telling you this? Because these might be prominent characters in the future. Who knows? And then we meet, then a couple more people came in. There was a couple familiar faces. So no, I'm not going to do it because you guys, I can't really show them for privacy reasons. If I asked them, I'd definitely say their name. But I didn't ask anyone today, so I didn't. Okay, well, either way, I recognize most people. And then LK came in. I'm not going to tell you what they said because here's a synopsis of what they said. Basically, it was the syllabus and what we're doing in the classroom. I'm just going to let you know if what they said was strict and examples of which. LK would be strict, in my opinion, if she didn't allow us to eat during intervention. Not in the mornings, intervention. She doesn't allow us to talk very much. I don't mind that. I don't usually talk with my homeroom that much. So, yeah. That was pretty cool. Background noise again. Get ready. Either way, yeah. So, that was nice. Alright, so after homeroom, once the bell rang, oh yeah, we got our iPads. I'll show you later. But yeah, we got our iPads. It came out dead, so that was my first anxiety of the day. Of the school year, actually. My iPad's dead. That's a classic one of my eyes. I'm gonna make sure I charge that. I can't guarantee it will be charged every single day. I charge it one night, it's on 100, and then I don't charge it again until it's like scarily close to being low. And then the cycle goes on until I forget. So yeah. Anyways, the bell rang, and then section 4. Section 4. So English, at TY. Section 4, English, TY. So basically, I go in there and I instantly see him, like, TY. I walk in and then I see him talking to a girl. Initials pretty close to our homeroom. TS. She's like a good fan favorite. I'm so glad I'm saying the initials because now people from my school have no idea who I'm talking about. So I can say if I think they're cool. I think she's cool. I just don't talk to her because I'm shy as crap. She's in a couple of my classes, but you'll see. Anyways, TY recognized her, and then we sat down. My friend, I can't say his name, but LP, I don't know why I even have to look. LP, I sat right in front of him. Yeah. And then we go in. TY, remember, he's chill. Go watch episode 0 to know. So I don't really have to explain how the teachers are. He was exactly what I said he was, if not even better. He's even more chill than last year. It's just what we're learning. That's, if anything scares me, it's what we're learning, but I can get past that. That just didn't scare me. It's just like, if anything had to, it would be that. Anyways, he sat us in assigned seats, alphabetical order. And I sit behind someone in my homeroom, KS. He's pretty cool. I don't know who I sit behind. I forgot, honestly. If I look, I probably can't find him. If they sit behind me, that means, yeah. So, I have no idea. I forgot. We're like towards the end of the yearbook, so we're literally on page 23. The people at the beginning are on page 16 for the 7th grade. We're 8th grade, but I'm looking at the yearbook, so we don't have our yearbook for this year yet, obviously. Anyways, TY told us everything. It was pretty cool. Nothing happened that was notable. So, let's move on to section 5. Chorus. I forgot his initials. Oh my god. Let me look. Alright, I have to go get my sister from the bus, but I'm gonna do my review while I'm doing that. JH. His initials is JH. So I go to JH's class, and apparently the class before, had like 30 classes, 30 people in the class, and the chorus had, if that had 30, this had to have like 35, or like almost 40. It's unbelievable how many people were in this class. But anyways, the chorus teacher came out, JH, we met him. did everything like that. And honestly, it was a pretty good class. Everyone was talking a little bit, but he gave us a presentation. Apparently, he has a fiance, which I hinted at in my past video. So, yeah. Alright. So then, I went to reading, which was, hold on, let me check. SK, and this was a SK. So, in SK's class, we went in, and I saw LP again, which is crazy. LP, came in, and it was like, wow. We were in 2 classes together, so that was already crazy. Another car is coming, of course. And then it was interesting. So yeah, I don't really know what to say on this one. She came in, and remember when I said she was semi-strict? She's a little more easy, but strict in her grading criteria. There's a lot of factors that she put in. It was very specific. She probably didn't miss a single detail, and if she did, she's gonna make it even more complicated than it already is. So I'm just gonna try to get good grades on homeworks and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I was supposed to be rating these classes. I forgot. All right, so the rating for TY is a 9 out of 10. That class is really good. A couple bad eggs, but still really good. Not perfect, still good. Chorus, easy, like 7. It's like a perfect 7. So yeah. Hold on, my mom's texting me. So let me talk while I'm doing this because apparently my camera's still on. So yeah. So basically, my sister is not coming, and I was trying to text at the same time. I'm so sorry, but that was like, chorus is an easy 7 out of 10, and the class that we're talking about now, which is SK, gotta be like 6 because that class is like almost empty, which is different compared to the past 2, and the people who's in it, not super notable. TS is still in the class, but nothing more, nothing less. Alright, so after that, yeah, the grading criteria was just about the con in that class. Pros, nothing notable, to be honest. Alright, that's the third card of this game. So period 4-5, which is like split classes, was my science, and the science class was packed, not even in people, just with good people. But it's an 8 out of 10 only because I sat next to 2 dorks, and I hated both of them. And then to put the cherry on top of that, we had to do a group assignment on day 1, and it wasn't even that bad if I didn't have better people in my group. She said she was going to pick groups, and I thought she meant, like, pick some random people from, like, rows. We were, like, sitting like this, but, like, I thought she was going to do it in rows. Nope. We had to work with the people next to us, and 3 dorks. So, you know what I did? I didn't say anything. I didn't help. I didn't come up with ideas. I wrote stuff down, so I kind of contributed. But other than that, nothing. Because I didn't care to work with those people. Did I get credit? I don't know how much credit that was worth. But yeah, it wasn't that class room wasn't that bad. Apparently, we're gonna have assigned seats soon, which is good. I really want to change seats so badly. And if we do it by last name, I'll be sitting next to like KS again, which is still crazy to me. But yeah, it'll be pretty close. So after that, oh yeah, the class 8 out of 10. Next, is period 6-7, which of course is called 6-7. Pre-algebra. Alright, the teacher was awesome. ZA, wait, no, AZ. AZ was a good teacher. I liked him a lot. He's funny, not annoying, he's funny. I think I like him more as a teacher than a homeroom teacher as of right now, but that could change very easily. My opinion on teachers being my homeroom and being an actual teacher bounce all over the walls. So yeah. And the classroom that we had, it had a lot of boys for some reason, but I sat next to most of the girls, so I sat next to better people than before. I sit down and I kid you not, I see like 4 girls walking with dyed hair, and I knew what it was all about. All 4 of them sat behind me, so I don't really have to see their hair. Their hair looked nice, it's just like I knew what they were about the second that you see them. And then 2 girls, RS and SS, which is ironic, come, and it's just kind of crazy how so many girls that I've talked about so far in this video has the last name S, and only one of them is in my homeroom. Anyways, yeah. Either way, they were like sitting next to me. One sat next to me and the other sat like farther away from me, but next to the SS. SS sat next to me. RS sat farther. Anyways, the class itself was good. He explained his grading criteria way better than SK, which is always nice. It was way more clear what he was all about. Apparently there's 2 ways you can grade things: points and percentages. I made a prediction in my head saying that percentages is better, but I was wrong, because like if you get a grade 3 out of 5, that's a 60%, but in points wise that only lost 2 points. So I guess points are better. But if I'm doing something like averaging voting accuracies in like this Venture Camp or something, I'm 100% using percentages, not points. Although I could do both. Percentages is harder to do and involves a calculator, but still. Either way. So after that, did I say the classroom grading already? It was I think a good 8 out of 10, 8.5. It was pretty good. RS has a lot of energy, which is nice. And then period 8 is lunch. Remember that community I said I was gonna build? It was like, maybe I over exaggerated it. That's what I thought in 7th grade. In 8th grade I already knew some more people. So people meaning boys. Now, so I just sat next to 3 boys in a booth that they have, and I was kind of bored. What they weren't talking. I mean, I could have gotten the conversation, but it was not even that. It was just that I would have preferred to reach out my comfort zone when I'm sitting next to someone at lunch. But I guess that could be saved for classrooms. Either way, it was fun. It was not. I can't say it was fun, but it was decent. Hold on. Here's Rosario. We can show her now. No.
No, not home yet.
Rosario.
Huh.
How was school?
Good. I loved it, actually. I love Mr. Scott.
I'm not recording anymore.
Really? That was so fun.
How was school, actually?
It was good. I loved it, actually.
Alright, I tricked you. I am still recording. Alright.
Mr. Scott is the sweetest soul ever. He lets us
What?
He lets us call him Mr. Skibbity Toilet.
That's so stupid.
But it's also so funny, because then he calls us Mr. Skib back, or Mrs. Skib back. So it's just fun.
Well, back to my school. So, I guess get something to eat. Miss Rosie Dozy. Alright, so lunch, the people at my lunch, 8 out of 10. Wasn't bad. Let me finish this last part quick. I need to babysit Rosario. Period 9 was art. The art was like a 6 out of 10, only because the people who had in it was like interesting, but like could have been way better. I have KS in my class again. Like, geez, it's crazy. I think, geez, we have a lot of classes together. We could probably bond over that or something. Sound cringe. Anyways, art, syllabus stuff, and we did this challenge where we had I can't even explain it. It was confusing. Either way, it was to decide an art project, which we have to do animal cardboard things. That doesn't sound super fun. And the game to decide what we're doing is confusing. So, yeah. And then finally, period 10 was, period 10 was, I think, I forgot what period 10 was. It was Mr. Gregory. What?
Did you get your score pad yet?
Hold on.
I asked you a question.
What?
You can answer it for your camera. Did you get your score pad yet?
Yes.
Me too.
Anyways, period 10 was MRG. RG was interesting. I did not like it. He yelled for no reason on a first warning, which is insane. That's so stupid. I think he's stupid, honestly. I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm mad at him, so he's stupid. I did pretty well. He didn't scare me too much today, other than his scream that made me jump a little bit. He didn't notice me jumping though. Don't worry. Also, there's a couple things that I wanted to laugh for, but I didn't. I kept my straight face like this. Only because I cannot, and I mean this, I cannot. And I mean, I'm gonna say it again. I forgot what I was talking about. Okay. Anyways. I just can't stand his class. I got LP again. I had him in art too, by the way. He's why it's a 6 out of 10 mainly. Anyways, that classroom was a 5 out of 10. Even with him in it, it couldn't save him that time. That classroom was... Oof. He made us get something from what we learned last year. If we had him last year, if you didn't have him last year, then what you had to do was just name something from history, or that you learned from a different history teacher last year. I put down the Treaty of Paris. I don't remember us learning that. I got that because I looked at my agenda book, and I saw something about a fact about Treaty of Paris, so I put it down. So that was smart. He was surprised. Maybe that was the bad move, because now he might think I'm smart and call me more, which I am not. He'll find that out real soon. If I answer questions right this year, then he's gonna call on you more and more. That's how you learn. And I'm not gonna lie, my class is dumb. LP is like one of the smartest people in there. Her class isn't that smart. And they're kind of noisy. I prefer... The good thing about RG's class last year was that the classroom was good. Not this year. Anyways, yeah, this review was kind of bad in my opinion. But, expect better next time. We had a very chaotic day. Anyways, we'll see you in the next better review of Day 2 of school. Goodbye.